Hello everyone, how are you all doing? This week I'm going to be planning the week of the 19th all the way to the 25th, and I'm going to be using the Sticky Essentials kit. My fiance or husband's birthday is the week after this, but I wanted to use this kit since it's kind of medical related, because we actually got to celebrate his birthday the weekend of the spread. So right now I'm using the bottom washi, and I actually love marble for the bottom washi, so I decided to use it instead of pulling in washi like I usually do. And the rest of the glitter headers are actually ones that I found from my own personal stash. I don't think they were included in the kit, but they match pretty well. And I actually messed up on the base a little bit because after I did the glitter headers, I thought I wanted to add a little bit more silver foil to brighten up the spread a little bit more, but I ended up taking it off because I didn't like how it looked. So I took out the clip of me putting on the glitter headers or the foil headers, but I think I showed them earlier where they're just like hearts that are kind of spread out. I was going to put them on each of the headers, but it was just looking a little too much, and since this was kind of for my husband, I figured I would kind of leave it a little more matte and less foiled. So the sidebar as well, you're gonna see that I'm going to put the heart foils as a kind of divider in between everything that I put down, but then I ended up taking all of it up, and it was actually a huge process. I used my undo a lot, and I had to let it dry for like a day, and then it took a little bit for it to dry and then be sticky again. If you guys don't know what undo is, it's basically something that helps with stickers, especially with planning. If you ever put something down and it seems like it might rip up your paper, it's a really good option for you to use. I think I usually get it from Amazon. I did hear that it was kind of difficult to get in certain places, so it might not be available in all places, but I think that's where I usually get it from. People used to get it from Michael's, I believe, but I don't think it's really readily available there anymore. So I'm putting down my day covers. These came with the kit, and I loved how the kit just has different shades of blue and then gray incorporated into it. I am running out of blue in my personal stash because I've been using a lot of blue kits, which I didn't realize. After this spread, I actually have one more spread that's full of blues, and it's the week after this, which is the week that me and my now husband got married at City Hall. So that kit, I'm going to be using a Bridgerton inspired kit, and I didn't really have anything to celebrate kind of like a marriage ceremony at City Hall. We're not having our actual wedding until next year, so I figured I would save any celebratory things like that for next year. So I thought this Bridgerton kit kind of fits well just because they're so in love with each other, and I am obviously very much in love with my husband as he is with me. So I just wanted to use that kit. As you can see here, I just showed the heart foil headers, but I ended up taking it out, so I won't be using it. And I'm actually moving on to my sidebar, which this kit came with two girls, one that's darker skin and then one that's lighter skin. So obviously I picked the lighter skin. Obviously it's a girl, I'm pretty sure, but since I just wanted to use one that resembles more of my fiance, which is light skinned, I figured I would add it here. These are the heart headers that I was talking about that I'm going to be taking off later. So later on at my final spread at the end for the close-ups, you'll kind of see what they look like. Sorry if you heard that. My dog just fell out of his bed and hit the side of the wall. He's okay though. So here's my habit tracker, and I always like to track my medication that I take. I take daily medication as well as my dog, so that's just a reminder for myself to do that. I've been doing pretty well and keeping it a habit. And then the other thing I like to mark is my skincare, which you'll see on the bottom after I put down my dinners. This is another thing that I like to mark down for my sidebar. I like to mark down the dinners that I have every day. This is a helpful reminder for me because I was seeing that I was kind of adding a lot of my dinners into my spread, and it was taking up some space, and my plans already take up a lot of space on my daily plans, so I figured this would be one way to kind of take it out. Unless it's a special meal that I wanted to mark, then it kind of tells me the kind of normal day-to-day things that me and my husband was eating. Here I'm going to mark down my skincare after this, and then I'm going to pick one more full box because I have the space for it at the bottom, and on the very bottom there's like one tiny space left, so I used a little thing and I just marked that there were a lot of birthdays this week and celebrations, so I just marked that with a little cupcake later on that you'll see. This week was super fun. I will probably talk more about it later on, but like I said, I was able to celebrate my husband's birthday this week. It is his 30th birthday. All of my friends are generally turning 30, 31, 32, or 29, and they're all we had like 3 different birthday celebrations this week, and we kind of celebrated most of them on the Saturday. This week was also really special because my friend proposed to me as to be her bridesmaid, and I also proposed to my sister to be my maid of honor. Since I'm going to be at City Hall the week after this, I wanted to ask my sister because I knew she was going to be my maid of honor, so I had things planned out for her, and I was able to ask her the same week that I was asked from my friend. Here you can see I am doing my full boxes, and the full boxes are very interesting. This kit, I guess if you were having a major surgery, you would be using this kit. I just thought it was a really interesting kit, and when I saw it, I really wanted to use it for my husband's birthday. I just never really seen a medical kit in the community. There hasn't been that many, and I just thought it was so unique. And since there's a lot of pills and pill bottles and scrubs in the background, which is kind of like what his life is all about, I thought it was pretty fitting. My full boxes never generally have a certain order to them. I try to keep the backgrounds. If you look at the background, some of them are marble and some of them are the brick wall. So I try to keep them separate as much as I can, but if I don't, then that's fine as well. And on my busier days, I sometimes don't even do a full box. I don't remember which one I took out, but I also have the space in the sidebar, which is why I have an available space to take one day to have more space to write more stuff. And here I didn't realize that I wasn't filming for a majority of Monday, and then when I realized that I was pretty much done. So here you can see I'm just showing everything that I filled in, and basically Monday I was able to do therapy in the morning, so I did that. I used the deco from the kit, and then I also used the date number. I've been finding it helpful if you have kind of appointments that are at 10, 11, etc. You can kind of use date dots to use them for kind of time slots. I was able to also upload a video this day. I was able to record a lot of videos and stockpile them for a while, so I was able to actually do 2 videos a week. I was doing them generally on Monday and Fridays, but now that I'm going back to school soon, that might be slowing down. Also on this day, I was able to do an Amazon return. My husband really wanted to get some takeout from this fried chicken place and this Filipino place, and he came home with that, which was really delicious. My cousin came over and we were able to enjoy it all together, which was nice. I had a nap this day, and inside the day extender, I just wrote that I was emailing my management because I was missing a package, which was really unfortunate. My condo is dealing with a lot of break-ins, or not break-ins, but kind of theft with the packages and kind of vandalizing the packages, opening them and taking what's inside. I did a face mask this day, and I was also able to get my boba from my favorite boba place. At the end of the night, I was able to paint my nails as well, and this night at the end, I wrote that I was scared to sleep. And if you guys watch my previous videos, I've just been getting sleep paralysis a lot, so it was just making me really nervous to go to bed. On Tuesday, I was able to do a lot of catch up. I think Samantha from Samantha Likes Plans to Decorate, I think that's her name. I'll leave her Instagram down below, but she was a planner, and then she had a baby who was a beautiful little boy, and she got super busy, so she kind of just does a lot of decorating in her house, which I love to see. And she shared an Instagram page that was doing a lot of the hashtag Free Britney movement catch-ups and talking a lot about it. So I was just doing a catch-up of that because I knew some details, but the person that she shared was going into a lot more details about it, which I was really curious about. This week I was also able to pull some stickers for the spread I was going to be planning. I was able to nap with my husband, and I was able to film the spread that I was planning to do. I edited the videos, and then I was able to do some YouTube at the end of the night. Moving on to Wednesday. Wednesday was my friend's birthday, so I marked it at the top. I was able to go to do some grocery shopping at Target, Jewels, and Costco as well. And I was able to do a workout this day. I was starting to do Chloe Ting's workouts that was part of the weight loss challenge. So I did day 1 of that. I did some voiceovers for a lot of the spreads that I filmed already, and I was able to finish the K-drama Love Struck in the City. I think I ended up giving it a 5 or a 6. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you guys know that I love K-dramas and I love rating them. Movies that I watch too, I just love to rate them because it kind of gives me an idea of kind of comparing and contrasting the different kind of things that I like to watch. So Love Struck was pretty okay. I like the characters in it, but the storyline was just not something that I was too intrigued about. It took me a while to get into it, and it wasn't a long drama either. Inside the day extender, I just wrote that I watched podcasts on YouTube. I had to pick up my dog's meds, and then I also got gas at Costco. We had soooo that night, and we were able to start watching Atypical as well. If you guys have been following along with me, I love Atypical. It's a show about a boy that has autism, and he basically goes through life, and this is the final season for it, so that was really sad to know because I didn't realize it was going to be ending soon. But also at the end of the night, I just marked that I watched YouTube. Moving on to Thursday. Thursday was when I was dropping off a present for my friend. Her and her now fiance recently got engaged when they were on vacation, and I got them a engagement gift. My love language to show others that I love them is to give gifts. So when I knew that they were engaged, I was looking for the perfect gift, and they love to travel with each other. So I just found these cute little luggage tags and passport covers on Etsy, and I gave that to her that day, and she surprised me by proposing to me to be her bridesmaid. And it was just so unexpected because I didn't think she would be asking so soon. But it was really exciting that she asked, and I was really excited to know that I would be along with her on her wedding day. On the same day, I also went to go get a car wash, and this place that I went to usually has like a super long line, so I thought that they would be great at what they're doing, but it was like an express line for car washes, and because it cost me like $20, I didn't think that it was worth it. I was expecting them to do a pretty decent job, so I tipped beforehand, and I gave them $7, so technically it cost me $27. But when I was observing my car after I got home, I realized that it was still pretty dirty, and it wasn't as detailed as I was hoping it would be. This day was also when I took my dog to the groomers, which is why I was able to go do a lot of different errands. I also got to go to Target, and I was able to do the day 2 of the workout. This day I was also doing a lot of wedding planning, and this was kind of what kind of steamrolled me into doing a lot more wedding planning after this. I was just going on Pinterest, and I was looking at different colors because I figured that's the easiest thing that could kind of help me. They always say that wedding planning is really overwhelming, and it has been, and I didn't know where to start. And after looking through Pinterest for wedding colors, that's kind of what helped me to kind of feel more excited about the journey that I was going to take. And this day I was able to kind of decide what my wedding colors was going to be, and it really helped me to feel a little better about how I was going along with it, because it kind of helped me to finally check something off of my list of things to do. And looking at the spread, you'll kind of get a glimpse of what my wedding colors are going to be. After the end of the night, I was able to start a new K-drama that's called 100 Days My Prince. I really wanted to watch it because this actor that was in Startup was in it, and I really liked him in Startup, so I wanted to see him in this one, which is kind of more of a medieval kind of K-drama taking place in the old days. I didn't realize that there was also a K-pop idol that was in it. D.O. from EXO, if you know any of the K-pop people. He's also the main actor in that, and it was really fun to see him, and because he was coming out with a solo soon, I was just excited to see him in a role that was not a musician or a singer. Inside the day extended for Thursday, I just wrote that it was such a fail day. There was just a lot of things I was trying to do and it didn't end up working out for one reason or another. I went to a Starbucks that's closer to my mom's house and I didn't realize that it was like lunch hour, so there was a super long line, so I didn't end up getting it. I went to DSW because I was trying to look for some wedges for my city hall ceremony and there was no wedges that I liked. I went to a Michael's and I didn't realize that it closed down, and there was a Starbucks that was by that Michael's, so then I also checked it out, but that one was also closed down. And it was just a huge fail. I ended up going to Marshall's and I was able to find a dog bed for my dog, but I wasn't able to find the wedges that I was trying to find. At the end of that night, I was also able to cook some Hong Kong macaroni. There's this place in Chinatown that used to make it that I loved, but they were replaced by a new shop owner. And at the end of the night, I also watched Girls Planet's 999, their auditions. On Mnet, there's this competition that's going on, and they take like 33 girls from Japan, China, and Korea, and they take all of them and they're gonna audition to be basically a new K-pop group. So I wanted to watch the audition tapes for all the girls. And I was really trying to get into it. I really enjoyed all the girls that were there, so I actually made like an Excel sheet and everything to mark down the people that I was liking and hoping to pass as the new K-pop group. There were also some girls in there that I knew from actual K-pop groups, which is so interesting because they take this kind of break to go to this show, but they've already been in a K-pop group. I just thought that was interesting. But to go a little faster, on Friday, I was able to sleep in. I did another day of the workouts. I uploaded a video and I was able to chat with my sister that day. That night we will also watch the movie called Gun Akimbo, and if you guys know Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter from Harry Potter, he plays the main character in there, and I was really hoping I would like it, but I ended up hating it so much. The way the movie is and the plot was just ridiculous, and I just couldn't find myself getting into it. I love Daniel Radcliffe, but the movie was just not for me. That day I also picked up my husband's birthday cake. I painted my nails, I cut watermelon, and I just watched a lot of true crime on YouTube. Moving on to Saturday, that was my other friend's birthday, and this was the day that I proposed to my sister to be my maid of honor. And this was the day we went to a rage room and axe throwing place, and it was super fun. Planned this pretty close to this I planned it pretty in a rush, I would say, and I wasn't sure how it was going to be, but I always wanted to try a rage room. I knew my fiance wanted to too, so I just wanted to look up a place, and this place was decently close, and you basically get to rage out like it implies, and you get to use a bat and a kind of look like a crowbar kind of thing to smash a lot of different materials, and it was really fun. And there was axe throwing that's kind of linked together with it, so the axe throwing was really fun too, and we were able to have a good time there for about 2 or 3 hours. And then we went to Mr. Kimchi, which is a Korean barbecue place, at the end of the day, which was really nice. Saturday, at the top you could see that I marked that I was super freaking sore from the rage room, and I was able to go on the treadmill. I tanned on the roof this day, and this day I was also super scared to sleep. The whole week I was scared to sleep, but this day in particular I slept at like 5 a.m. And then I also got to nap, luckily, and that was about it for Sunday. I was also able to film one of my videos this day and watch more of 100 Days My Prince. And that'll be everything that you see for this spread. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really enjoyed putting a little foil every now and then, but it was just nice to see kind of a more blank week. Everything's still pretty filled in, but I just really enjoyed challenging myself to find different blues and to try to make the spread a little more interesting, even though there wasn't a lot of elements to it. And you'll see here that I used a white pen as well to mark the dark areas, which was a little bit harder because my white marker that I have isn't, the ink doesn't come out that smooth. But that'll be all for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!